Opinion of the FBI on the criminality. They have sought the opinion of the attorney of the county prosecutor, and we've also seeking the independent evaluation from the state auditors. The problem is that they are the ones that yelled corruption, and now that the facts are coming out, and that's what you must do. Simply stating here and putting these type of assumptions out is, in fact, I believe, irresponsible. And like Mr. Byro said, I think you have to get to the facts and get the real facts and then apply the law. Not simply come up here and quote criminal statutes and imprisonment and things of that nature. I find that to be improper. I take personal offense as a lawyer in the state of Ohio that these type of actions are being done in a public forum. He's got the right to say it, but I want everybody to judge for themselves. Who would you rather have make these opinions? And Mr. Maddie is very well and experienced, and I am going to back his opinion. And any deference to it, tell me where he didn't do a good job. Tell me that his law is wrong. Tell me that he misconstrued the facts. Tell me that he didn't delve into the facts before making assumptions. And it's interesting, they are the ones that wanted to remove, quote, immediately, and we shall do it. So I think that everybody has to understand this, and I am defending Mr. Maddie, and I apologize because I've probably got a little too offensive for him. So I want to put those facts concerning Mr. Maddie on the record. Thank you.
I'm hearing from a number of people. Mr. Helm?
Thank you. Just for a moment. I want to respond to a couple things. One, to what Ms. Fulton said a minute ago, but also to some of the things that it said. I've been largely quiet during these meetings about it, but each of you on this dais know that I've met with you independently. We've had some conversations, and I don't think anything I'm going to say will be a surprise to you. And that is that, while we've been quiet, I haven't said much in this public forum. I have said that I did not agree with the way that this was brought up in such short notice in a public forum. I understand that it needed to be brought up in a public forum. I'm not sure that it needed to be brought up in the main council meeting. I think it could have been brought up somewhere else. But regardless of that, even, I think the real issue for me has been that that there was a forced vote on it. And I think the right thing would have been to bring it up, let's do the research, let's find out what's going on, and then vote on it. And now we're kind of stuck, because according to our charter, regardless of whether the facts show anything, my understanding at the moment is that the vote stands. We were forced into a vote, we made a vote, and now we have to live with that vote, and now we are where we are. So that's all I'm going to say. I just wanted to say that I have been doing my research. I've talked to several people, and that's kind of where I am in this thing. I wish we wouldn't have taken a vote so early, but we were forced into that, and we did it. Thank you.
Councilman Keating.
To Mr. Helm's point, you can always, according to Robert's Rule of Order, ask to reconsider a vote. It can happen at any time. To the point of, Mr. Germano, Mr. Willoughby, I don't know the attorney Maddie, and I don't have any opinion about his expertise. I hear what you say, but I'm reading, the language here, second to the last line. My opinion is limited to the facts contained in the affidavits from Nate Catania and Councilman Germano. So he stated right here that he didn't take any other opinions into place. So to bring up new evidence or new discussion, and this also protects Mr. Germano. If we were to go in a back room or to do this in a committee with the public's not there, he doesn't have a defense as to what was said or what did he say. I mean, you're discussing this, you're airing it. Sometimes it's called dirty laundry, but you know what? We do need to talk about it, Chris. We do. We need to talk about it.
And I do agree with that, Dave, Councilman Keating. What I was just saying is, regardless of that, regardless of how it was brought out, I just wish that we had not been forced to make a vote on such short notice. I think it would have been more prudent to follow a due process and make sure we had all of the facts before we were required to make a vote. That's really the point.
New facts are coming to light, so.
Right. So I think we should just take, take caution to this and learn from this that, it's not always a good idea to throw a few papers on the desk and say, let's make a vote. As we've all said, we want to make sure that we give the public a chance to hear things and to think about them. And that's why we do our, we've talked about 3 reading rules and things like that, is to give everyone a chance to digest things and get their comments out there, look into things before we are voting on something. So that's really the crux of my comments.
Mr. President,
Mr. Fletchlick, we have given you a lot of time this evening.
if I could just say though.
We have given you a lot of time this
If
evening.
I could just-
I didn't take any effort to restrict your comments. As a matter of fact, you stopped and then you asked for more time and I gave you more time. We don't want a circus here. And again, this is turning into another circus tonight, although I do appreciate the tone has been better. But there's still been a number of snide comments and insinuations and implications do you want to be recognized, Mr. Vivek? Or please don't make snide comments now when I'm talking, because that's just what I'm asking about not doing. So we need to do this in a respectful way. And what this chair has a problem with is that all members of this council and administration are readily available. We have individual conversations on a regular basis. This group of people is very much in tune with trying to do the right thing and trying to serve this community. And we all are working, although it's part-time for all of us, we all are very dedicated to this. And then to have meetings come up where suddenly we're dropped bombshells on us, and then certain lines are stated and certain comments are made without anybody's ability to read entire documents and analyze and intelligently, logically look at things. That's what happened a few weeks ago. That's what happened again this evening. Certain comments are made that make things sound outrageous, and maybe they are, and maybe they aren't. And I ask, in the idea of due process and in the image of fairness and respect, that while all this is public, it's not done in a way that it continues to be done. It's not done on a surprise attack like we're in a war with Iraq, because that's what keeps happening, and I don't understand that. And I'm glad our media is here this evening, and if I'm quoted appropriately, then so be it. We don't need to glorify and glamorize these types of situations. What we need to do, what I believe our people want us to do, is to get to the bottom of these issues and make determinations logically and reasonably. And that's what we need to do. Not have circuses and showcases of craziness. And so it's with that, at this point, that I am going to make a determination that this conversation is completed, this discussion is complete for the evening. I think we have had plenty of input from everyone, and this chair is going to make that determination. And we will bring this back up. I do believe, this chair does believe that this does need further discussion. We will determine that that is a council of the whole or some other vehicle to do that, but after we appropriately review the information, the documents, the decrees that are available to us.